Hi friends, welcome to my channel. For those of you that are new here, my name is Caitlin and I like to film eyeshadow palette ranking and review videos, as well as the occasional other beauty content sprinkled in. So if any of those things sound interesting to you, I highly recommend that you hit that subscribe button because I post 2 videos every single week. And for those of you that are not new here, my face is happy that you are seeing it again. And I don't want to talk about my hair, okay? Or apparently I do. But anyways, this is like my natural wave that I've got going. All I did was blow dry my bangs this morning, but it's been like a full day. My hair is like a little bit on the greasy side, but I wanted to film this video because I don't have a video ready for Wednesday, and so I was like, gotta film this now because this is when I have time to film it so that you can have a video for Wednesday. But anyways, we are on, I think this is part 5. It will say it in the title of the video, but this is the Would I Buy It Again series. As always, if you have seen these videos before, this is repetitive, but if you're new, I'm mentioning it for you. But I got the idea for this video from Batty Bean and Emily's makeup blog, who got the idea from Nomad Beauty. All of their videos will be linked. Well, they all did multiple videos, so not all of their videos, but a video for each of them will be linked in the description box down below. And yeah, if you've never seen this concept on any of those channels or on this channel, basically we're going to talk through eyeshadow palettes that I already own. And the thought is, if they launched right now, would I buy them? So pretending I don't already have them, pretending, you know, that's really what we're pretending, that I don't already have them. So if the brand was coming out with them right now, would I buy them? So that being said, let's go ahead and get on into it. So the first 2 of these, I had my husband kind of pick the palettes that he wanted me to talk about. But since then, I've just kind of used a random number generator, picking a number 1 through 10, and then I just count 1 through 10, like whatever number. For example, on this one, I think it was like 7. So I counted, pulled the 7th palette, counted, pulled the 7th palette until I hit 15 palettes. I'm using 15 for each of mine because I'm trying to get through this as fast as possible, but this is taking forever. This is part, what, 5? And 15. I feel like we've talked about so many palettes already. Like my shelf is already getting full, where I'm keeping track of what I've talked about so I can know what to pull. Anyways, whatever. That's not what you're here for. So let's go ahead and talk about these palettes. And I swear some of these, I have to actually pull the old video and be like, did I talk about this? I feel like I did. So especially because I do my, monthly palette rankings in between, I feel like I've talked about a lot of these recently. So anyways, whatever. I didn't differentiate between new and old because my goal is to get through my entire collection, including my new palettes, soon, as soon as possible, so that I can put up my decluttering my eyeshadow palette video. And you can all have this context of like, well, I said I wouldn't buy it if it launched now, so what's the point of me keeping it? Have that conversation. But anyways, this is the Triumph of Venus palette. This is from Kailav Beauty, formerly Muse Beauty, if you're seeing that on the packaging. If this launched right now, I think I would buy it. It's a very pretty blue, primarily blue color story, but I like that you have some of this warmth in here, and the packaging is just gorgeous. And I love Kailav Beauty. They theme everything around art, and it's just such a cool, I don't know, it's just such a cool brand. So yeah, I think I would buy this if it launched now. So I'm gonna put this in the I would buy it pile. Okay. Lois Cosmetics, Meet Me at Midnight. Ugh, I can't even open this. Okay. I loved the Meet Me in the Underworld palette, so I know when they announced this one, I was like, I have to have it because I loved Meet Me in the Underworld. But I've gotten more into like special sparkly shimmers, so I think if I saw them announce this palette now, I don't think I'd grab it. I think I'd feel like I have these mattes in other palettes and I wouldn't really need this color story because it doesn't have like my special type of shimmers that I like. So I think I'd skip this one if it launched right now. That's actually a surprising answer. I don't think I would have thought that that's what I would have said, but okay. Natasha Denona Retro Glam. I've purchased this palette recently. So yeah, if it launched right now, I would buy it because I did. I also just love Natasha Denona, especially her midi size. I have almost every single palette. I think I do have every single midi size palette. So the collectionist in me would probably just feel like I needed it. Yeah, I'm not sure when I'll hit the point where I'm like done buying those palettes. We'll see. Okay. Oden's Eye Christmas or Merry Christmas palette. Yeah, I would definitely buy this if it launched right now. For sure. It is gorgeous and beautiful. And it has the sparkly shimmers that I was kind of talking about with the other palette that it's missing. Do you see how like sparkly and reflective these are? That's what I feel like I'm missing in the Nomad Cosmetics palette. Scooby-Doo and Glamlight, the Creeps and Crawls palette. I think I'm in the minority in saying that I didn't love this palette. I had pretty bad creasing issues, and I just feel like it's really deep with not a lot of opportunity to like lighten the eyeshadow look. I don't think there's light enough shimmers. The mattes don't go super, like lighter mattes I don't care about because I can use a transition, like a translucent powder to blend that out. But it's more the light, like the shimmers are like mid-tone to dark. So I don't love that for me personally. But I love Scooby-Doo. But I'm trying to be better. I'm on a low buy right now. So let me get into my low buy mindset. If I was like, do I need it? Would I buy it? And it's funny because this did launch recently and I did buy it recently, but I really feel like I've grown as a person over the last, what, month? I don't know if I would pick this up. Part of me wishes I didn't. Oh gosh. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna circle back on that one. I can't decide. Okay. Unearthly Cosmetics, Warms My Blood. 1000% would pick this up if it launched. I'm gonna turn it sideways so you can see it better without the mirror blinding you. Again, the sparkly special shimmers that I love would 1000% pick this palette up again. Or, well, actually, if something happened to it and it broke and then I could buy it again, I would. So that would be an eyeshadow palette I would want to replace. I like it that much. So next up is the Viseart London Etoile palette. And Viseart's one similar to Natasha, basically Viseart, Natasha Denona, and Melt. Buy everything. So if this launched right now, yeah, I'd buy it. This is also one of their new ones that they launched for holiday, so I did just get it, so I would buy it. As evidenced by the fact that I just did. Okay, this next palette. Okay, listen, I have funny stories about this palette. Why is this not? Okay. I have funny stories about this next palette. This is the Too Faced Pumpkin Spice palette. So if you don't follow me on TikTok, this may be news to you, but or know me in real life, but my husband and I, when he was not my husband, he was just my boyfriend, he did my makeup. We actually filmed the video and I never posted it. But we filmed a whole video where he did my makeup and he picked to use this palette. So he did an eyeshadow look on me using this palette. He did like, I think it was like this shade. Yeah, it was like You Spicy blended out with like Crisp, which is like a shimmery shade. And then I think he has some of this dark purple in the hair. I don't know. It looks like I got punched in the eye. But anyways, he proposed to me after he did my makeup with this palette. And there's a video of that you can just hear me going, when I look like this. So anyways, I just think that's fun. So I wanted to declutter this palette on TikTok, and I mentioned like, oh, this is the palette my husband, proposed to me with, but I think I'm gonna, or like he proposed to me and, I had this palette, but I think I'm gonna declutter it. And I got roasted alive in the comments of people being like, you can't declutter the proposal palette, you have to keep it. And then like my mom, even that's the only video my mom's commented on, she even said like, you can't get rid of it. So anyways, this palette will be staying in my collection forever because nobody's gonna let me get rid of it. I'm not like sentimental about makeup, so I was like, it's a nice story, but I don't think I need this. Anyways, oh, it smells so good still. If this launched right now, Would I pick it up? Probably not, because I didn't pick this up when it first launched. I picked it up because so many people hyped it up, and then I picked it up. So I think if this launched right now, I'd skip it, because it wouldn't be my proposal palette if it launched right now. But I would skip it, and then I'd watch enough videos of people saying, oh my god, this is amazing, and then I'd buy it. So, because that's what happened. Or actually, I've been better about not buying palettes just because other people hyped it, so I probably just wouldn't get it, period. This is the Unearthly Cosmetics Rudo Rwaamai palette. This is a collab with Chipo Gray. And I purchased this palette a few months ago. If this palette launched right now, would I buy it? I bought it at the time because I really wanted to support a creator. Like I really wanted to support the creator, Chipo Gray, and I thought her swatches like really made it look enticing, especially these shimmer shades are kind of like more duochrome-y than I think they look in pan. So if it launched right now and I saw her swatches, would I buy it? Part of me wants to say yes, but the other part of me is like, I just bought the giant Be Perfect rainbow palette, so I think I would have talked myself out of this one. Because this is basically a rainbow palette, but I didn't feel like I had a ton of rainbow palettes in my collection when I got this, but now that I have the giant Be Perfect one, I think I would skip this one if it launched right now. But it's a really good one. So I like, if you need a palette recommendation, I like that one. Even though I just said I wouldn't purchase it if it launched right now, doesn't mean I don't like it. It's a good one. I like those mattes, and those duochromes are real nice. Okay. Mel Cosmetics Millennial Pinks. I'm sorry. If it's Mel, Viseart, or Natasha Denona, I'd buy it if it launched right now. This is one of, if not my least favorite. No, the 27 palette's my least favorite. This is one of the lower palettes from Mel, and it's not my favorite. I would buy this if it launched right now because it's Melt, and I buy everything that they launch. So yeah, so we'll leave that at that. Next up is the Nomad Cosmetics Hudson Valley palette. I cannot talk. Anyways, yes, I would 1000% buy this right now. Part of what sold me on this was the fall vibes, since it came out in the fall. I'd still buy it though. I really love that it's like cool tone mattes, warm tone mattes, and then these fun shimmers in the middle. I just think this is a really pretty, cozy palette, and I really like it. So yes, I would pick this up if it launched right now. I also really like Nomad, so. Oh my goodness. This is not, like, normally I have I don't want to say an even split, but normally it's closer to even. This day is not going as much. Whatever, I can't speak. Next up is the Lunar Beauty Moonspell Volume 2 palette. If this launched right now, would I pick this up? If this launched right now, would I pick this up? 1000% yes. I actually kind of want to play with this palette. I think this palette would be really fun. I have so many special like eyeshadow pigment toppers and like flakes and stuff. I think this palette would be really nice with a lot of those. But yes, I would pick this palette up. I love Lunar Beauty. I love the theming. I love the color story. So it'd be a no-brainer purchase. I'd be like, yep, there it is, buying it. Next up is the collab palette between Kaleidos and Angelica Nyqvist. This is the Club Nebula palette. This was one of my favorites, or was it my favorite of last year? I have to go back and watch that video. I don't remember what my ranking ended up being, but this was for sure one of my favorite palettes. I loved this palette last year. I used it a bunch, although it does not look like it. At least on camera, it definitely doesn't look like it, but I can tell on my end. There's slight dips in the pans. Yes, I don't know why I was acting like I was debating. This is an easy yes, I would buy this if it launched right now. I was so excited when this palette launched. I thought this looked incredible. Why I was staring at this palette like lost in thought was because I was wondering if maybe my next palette battle showdown, you know, where I do the brackets and the rankings and things, if I should do all the creator collab palettes that I have. Let me know if that's something you would want to see in the comments. I'm still working my way through my Natasha Denona one. I think this eye look I have is eye look number 7 for that. And I want to say I have 5 more because I think there's 12 So I'm a little over halfway through that one, so that video should be coming eventually. Okay, next up is the Beauty Bay Book of Magic. This was definitely one of my favorite palettes the year it launched. I think that was 2020. Absolutely gorgeous, stunning, 1000% yes, I would purchase this if it launched right now. Ace Beauté Paradise Fallen. This is from like one of their initial launches, I think. If this launched right now, I think this is going to have the same fate of the Lowest Cosmetics one. The shimmers just aren't that special, sparkly type of shimmer that I like. So I think if this launched right now, I would skip it. This is also Ace Beauté's old formula, which I don't actually mind their old formula, but their new formula is better. So I will say if they launched this in their new formula and their shimmers looked like their new shimmers look, maybe I would buy it. But if it looked just like the way it looks right now, I think I'd skip it because these shimmers I don't think in photos would look like that sparkly, gorgeous that I'm looking for. So we'll put that one there. Okay, let's circle back to Scooby-Doo Creeps and Crawls because I never landed on anything. Ugh. It's so hard because I think everybody was hyping this up so much that that's also what, like, I got caught up in the hype, so I bought it. Whereas right now, nobody would be hyping it, so I don't know. In this, like, imagined scenario, it's hard to tell. I feel like I'm in a better spot now, and I think I'd skip it. I'm trying to be more mindful about my purchases. I think I'd say, yes, I love Scooby-Doo, but am I just buying this for the packaging or for the color story inside? And even when they launched and announced this palette, I was like, I don't know if I... Okay, I'm not sure if I got cut off because my alarm went off, but I would skip the Scooby-Doo palette is what we decided. So, of the 15 palettes, there would be 5 that I would not buy if they launched right now, and the other 10 I would buy if they launched right now. So, that's roughly, I feel like normally I'm a 9-6 split in the other videos. That's been the primary, like, split, so we got close-ish towards the end, so that's not terrible. But anyways, yeah, let me know what you think about any of the palettes that we talked about in the comment section down below. As always, feel free to disagree with me there. I don't mind. I like disagreeing about makeup in the comments. And then also let me know what you think about doing a Battle of the Creator collab palettes. And if you're not familiar, you can search Mel Cosmetics on my channel, and I did a Mel Cosmetics ranking video, and then I did what I called a new kind of Mel Cosmetics ranking video where I did a look with each palette and then did like a bracket style like battle between the looks, and then figured out which palette had, or basically which look won at the end, and that was the palette that won at the end. So I'm working my way through Natasha Denona right now. So I've ranked my Natasha Denona palettes, and now I'm doing a look with each Natasha Denona palette. But I'm taking my sweet time with it because I have a lot of new makeup that I want to play with. So like I said, I'm only on look 7, and I think I did that Natasha Denona ranking like a month or 2 months ago. So it is it's slow going. I think I end up using like 1 palette a week. But yeah, okay. That's it for me. I will see you all next time. Bye.